Performance Talk, and I am set up this morning and ready to go. We have our first guest to stop by and talk to us a little bit today. So I'm going to have her come right on in here and have a seat and tell the audience and the listeners who you are.
Well, good morning, everybody. My name is Dr. Sarah Terrell, and I am currently an exercise science program director and associate professor of exercise science at Florida Southern College. Here with the NSCA, obviously for our NatCon, I'm involved with our women's committee, and so I'll be running a session today with our women's committee. So that's also some of the things that I'll be doing here, along with attending all the great sessions that are going on and seeing my buddy here with Performance Talk.
Well, we're glad to have you. And definitely glad to meet you right off the bat. I wish Chris was here because he was like, well, who are you going to talk to today? I said, man, I don't know. They're just going to come by. so I'm glad you made it.
Yes.
And you're kicking us off this morning. And tell us about these conferences. What do you think is the most important thing about these types of conferences for the profession?
Absolutely. Great question. And 100% the most important thing is bringing people together who share a passion of, to me, changing people's lives through exercise. And so in doing that, you kind of cultivate a synergy and a connectedness. And so it's just great to hear what other people are doing, to maybe talk a little bit about the successes, but also the challenges. And I think by bringing people together, we can problem solve things. Because most likely you're not the only person that's having a particular concern or situation. So it brings people together to share ideas and certainly cultivate those connections that I think can help elevate your profession, but also the profession as a whole.
Well, for those of you who don't know, Dr. Terrell applies her trade in Florida. I know she mentioned that right off the bat, but tell us why you think, last question, why you think that this particular format is great for the conference, where it's open a little bit and you can kind of drift from one to the other speaking engagement that you want to go to, instead of a closed schedule where you kind of feel trapped into having to do a certain thing.
Yeah, I think it makes perfect sense because this is an organization that serves a variety of different constituents, and so by having that flexibility, I think it really does speak to the needs of the constituents. So we need to be able to hit sessions when we need to, or maybe step out and take a personal call or a professional call,
exactly.
Right? And so I just think that level of flexibility is exactly what people are looking for in attending professional conferences. So I know I appreciate that. Then you can kind of maneuver into the areas that you really want to go to, but then also maybe have some time to talk to people that you want to get connected with again while you're at the conference. So I think it's a great setup. I vote for it 100%, and I hope they continue to do that moving forward.
So how's the institution of the program coming? I know I was sneaking one more in there.
Oh, no, you said what? Okay.
So you guys doing all right down there?
We're doing great. Doing great. Love my team. They're fantastic, and I hope they're getting a little bit of rest over the summer. And pretty soon we'll be back at it with
come back
with
to
our
do their
undergrads.
things, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, hey, look, great talking to you. Great meeting you.
Yes,
Glad
finally.
you stopped by.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
appreciate you talking to the audience for a couple of minutes, but I'm not going to hold you here.
Thank you, sir.
All righty.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You can leave. I'm going to cut all that out anyway.
That's right. Good stuff.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So tell me about what you're up to besides running this podcast.
Oh.
Last time that we met, sort of first time online, you said you were involved in like some kind of project, or you're pursuing your PhD.
I'm done with it.
You're done.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah, I finally got that
That's
complete.
right.
And the study was I say the study was a success because it says there's a lot more study to be done.
Yeah.
Like all of them, yeah.
Right?
So, with that said, I think we've set ourselves up for future work as far as in that field. We did it with female athletes or Latina athletes, but I think we're gonna go cross cultural, and then maybe spread it out a little bit as far as geography. See what we come up with.
Glad you got that under your belt.
Yeah, I had so much time after I was done, I didn't know what. I was like, what am I supposed to do
what have I been
today?
doing?
Yeah.
what? I get to make, some other choice besides giving up my Saturday or
I can
Sunday.
go eat a sandwich.
I know, right?
Instead of whatever that thing is I bring in here and eat behind the computer.
Yeah. Great. Well, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
Good
you
luck.
as well. Thank you very
we'll
much.
See you soon.
Yep.
The person you're talking about at your current school or your old school?
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Dr. Sarah Terrell from Florida. She's also the Florida, what do we call it here? Strength Conditioning Association. Jesus, just slipped my mind. But anyway, she's the head down there for the state. And she's doing a great job at her institution with what she's doing. So we have a few more people coming by like that. And I'm excited to see and talk to. So in the meantime, stand by and listen to the background. There's a presentation going on right across from us, and we like that. So, let's keep it going.
A lot of great resources that you can share, but I think it really comes down to having a legitimate question with your AD and ask, ask him, I'm just I didn't ask him.
So we're going to be here for a few minutes while waiting on our next customer. I didn't know Sarah was going to stop by this early, but I'm definitely glad she did. Or we would have had several minutes downtime because I didn't schedule anybody for certain until 10 o'clock. So with that said, that's an outstanding thing. So what we got going on here? Just hang with us, and we'll wait for the next person to come by. But that's going to be a few minutes. Enjoy what you hear in the background, because it is a great talk they're having over there. I'm only catching bits and pieces of it, but it is a great talk.
Or they can do it outside, and that would be like in Pennsylvania, we consider an act 93. That's a little harder, but it can be. So I really think you just have that conversation and find as many resources as you can. And then you have to be persistent, right? And is anyone doing the job anyway?
One of the great feels I like about this what we're doing is that
I think as the AATC lead,
we are actually having the background noise. I didn't know how that was going to work, but that is working out just great. I might see if I can try to ambush somebody here if they're just walking around. But we'll have to see. I'm hiding. Yeah. That's a good cat. Excuse me. Come on in here and sit down and talk to me for about 2 minutes. Okay? First, we're live.
Hi.
This is my podcast. I have a co-host. He's not here today with me, but his name is Chris Costa. My name's Ewell Gordon. We are professionals in the field. I've been in the field for a long time, but we come to the conference this year in this capacity to talk to everybody, professionals talking to professionals about the conference. So I'm going to take it because I'm looking at you and you are pretty new to the profession.
Yeah.
Okay? And that's pretty obvious. So tell us who you are and what you're doing.
I'm Maddox Gelhausen, and for right now I'm going to Chatham State College to study exercise science and
Okay.
physiology.
Well, see, that's great.
Yeah.
What do you, is this your first conference?
Yes, it is.
Tell us what you think about it.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, you get a lot of, get to know a lot of people that you wouldn't normally meet on a daily basis.
Right.
So, yeah.
So the good thing is your instructors might be watching this on the virtual part,
Yeah.
and they now know you're serious. No, I'm just giving you some grief. No, I like to get the input from everybody, the old guys and women, and the young women and men, and from your perspective, why is something like this important?
I think it's important because, at least what I've experienced the past couple days is that everybody's having the same struggles as like women in general, trying to get like their feet under them and being treated the same. So.
Okay, you're fine. We let that go. They're doing whatever they do. But I'm not going to keep you real long. I'm just ambushing people when they walk by. But I appreciate you stepping up and not running from it. And hopefully we'll see you around in a few more conferences.
Yeah.
And very nice to meet you.
Thank you.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this again is Performance Talk with Ewell Gordon. My co-host Chris Costa is not with me here today. But we just talked to a very pleasant, nice young lady who is new to the profession or coming into the profession as a student. And there's a lot of students here as well as their academic counterparts today. So that's the great part. That's the great stuff.
Looks like a good job, but also it looks like
So we're going to try to get some folks in here.
all these things. So what does that mean? That means you didn't have a physical education teaching degree, which
I don't want to ambush too many people
allows you to take the practice exam. Each state is different. So
because I don't want them to feel like this is something they have to
I
do.
can tell you what Pennsylvania
So
looks like that even changed a lot.
we'll let it keep moving. I kind of probably should have got him, but that's all right. And we want it to be something that people think is approachable. So again, if you find us on social media and you have questions that you would like us to address either today or on our podcast, let us know. We'll try to get those in there so that you can. I don't know that we'll get them answered for you today, but we'll get them in the podcast and try to get some of the professionals to answer these questions.
That's the problem. I would even go as far as reaching out and say whatever you do, reaching out to people's school districts. They will have information for you. They will streamline the process for you. Because if you go to the State Department of Education for where you live,
Well, if you're only recording with us today, the actual recordings seem to be moving pretty a little bit slow. But we'll see what's going on, and hopefully we can edit all this out. But if you're live, you might notice that there may be a little bit of a bounce. That's because the internet network that we're using is loaded. And you can imagine being in Las Vegas at Caesar's Palace, the stress on the internet infrastructure. My name is Ewell Gordon. This is Performance Talk, and we are live at our walkabout series. That we have started this year. This is the inaugural series and the inaugural year for the walkabout series. So tell us what you think. We're not afraid of constructive criticism, but we also, tell us what you like and what you think we could have done better. Besides having my co-host here and being a little differently set up, which I've already noted, I think that's something that we can work out. But we'd like to hear from you. And if you're a professional, by all means, go ask some questions. Like I said, we might not get to them today, but we'll try to address them on our normal podcast. In the meantime, just sit back and relax and listen to some of the commentary.
After the school day, that person nervously do that somebody else. So it's a better framework for you when you high school sector. It's not to say you can't get into the high school sector if you don't have a teaching degree or a university certification. I'm just saying it's going to make you more marketable, and it's also going to improve your quality
So what we got going on today is just a little bit more the same as we did yesterday. It's an outstanding day. You coming over here, man? Yeah.
What's up?
Hey, you're live, man.
How's everybody doing?
So hopefully the audience is doing great, but we've had a great time here at the conference, man.
That's great.
And what I'm going to say, the atmosphere is pretty good. Tell everybody who you are and what you do, man.
Yeah, Eric McMahon, NSCA's Coaching and Sports Science Program Manager. Been on the podcast a couple of times
Yes,
with you guys.
yes, indeed, and we hope to have you back in the future to catch up.
Yeah, we got a lot going on. Caesar's Palace, it's a big venue.
Yes, it is. That
Up
is
and
a
down.
huge-
We're getting our steps in.
Oh, look, and I am, for whatever reason, I am at the West End, so I've been walking up from there.
Oh yeah.
So that's a nice little hike, because I wasn't sure I was going to make it out here again, so I didn't schedule anything, and then when I tried to schedule, of course,
Yeah.
But anyway, it's not too far away. But Eric McMahon, sports science and what?
Coaching.
And coaching, sports science and coaching at the NSCA there in Colorado Springs, and a friend of the show. So we're glad we caught him running by.
Yeah. Thanks,
Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you.
All right.
So you're talking about the framework of outsourcing coaching and also technology.
Yeah, we're not trying to keep people real long. We want to get to a few people, and we want you guys to get a variety of people. So it's good to get some of the NSCA staff in here, so you know the people that are doing the yeoman's work for you. They're actually out here trying to make it happen, and that's that's a good thing.
Maybe finding the best people to put these kids and then worry about everything else. But you would have to go to the Board of Education, which is one of our counties, the academy system. Yeah, so I guess academy systems, go to the Board of Education, you can get some grassroots support. Your biggest area of influence in that area is probably...
Bear with me, guys. I'm going to go to a different microphone. It's not any...
Board of directors here, when they get elected.
I'm just going to be in the screen's face for a minute, but
So if they're elected, that's...
I think we'll just pick up a little bit better from here. So makes it a little easier, and then we'll kind of keep talking to folks and kind of keep it going. And like I said, if you guys step in and want to, well, you can't step in, but if you want to send a specific question that you would like answered on our podcast or later on, by all means do so, and we'll try to make that happen. But the other thing we want to do with our podcast, okay, is make it so that you can, we address different types of topics. We're not always right on we're very informal. We're not always right on the academic side of things. We like to we drift and kind of move around to certain areas, but that's okay. And I think we'll be all right by continuing to do that. And so far, you guys have responded well to just a relaxed conversation. Hopefully, you learned something from all of this. Hopefully, you get an idea of what the conference is all about. But the Walkabout series is about the ambiance.
I have a couple ideas. So just a little bit of background. Probably the most powerful
So you met Scott yesterday. You met Eric today. You'll meet a few more of the NSCA staff today, I hope. And we'll continue to go from there.
middle school boys and middle school girls, right? Like two totally different animals. Middle school boys, I don't want to touch middle school boys with them. Middle school girls out coach all day, every day because they work so hard. That's what I'm sure. Middle school girls, see if you can get their sport coach on board to letting you interject into their practice.
They're having a conversation in here today about about working with middle school athletes, and I think that's great. Those middle school athletes are the beginning of what we're trying to build. And instead of having to go back when they're juniors and seniors in high school and maybe help them or fix some stuff, we need to do some work at the junior high level. And don't be afraid to go there as a professional. I think as a professional, I think that's a great place to be, especially if you're working like an internship, and then you have the opportunity to put it into practice with that level, but at a professional level. So professional practice, and you take that stuff and you see that right off the bat. Okay, so that's a great thing, and that's how we want to do it. I'm gonna step away for a second. I'm gonna try to get rid of some of my. Well, I see a trash can right now. I see a trash can. So, like I said, this is live. So, things happen, and we're just going to stay with it and keep pushing through and keep rolling, and try to keep things going.
So, are you going to be compensated for what you're worth in the front end? No. And that's what sucks about high school strength conditioning. Is you're going to have to work like that for a little bit, but that's where the passion comes in. We're going to do something so specific. We're just convicted. And maybe we do something else. That's okay, right?
I appreciate you. Just keep looking, man. Just keep listening to what we got going on. They're asking questions right now. Again, if you're with us live, there is a certain amount of downtime that is part of all of this, and we don't want you to let that go. Hey, come on in, man.
Are you live right now?
We are live right now. We stay live the whole time. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to let this young man here introduce himself to you, but I will tell you that he is the NSCA's personal trainer of the year. So,
where's that?
There you go.
I'm Rocky Snyder, Santa Cruz, California. I've been with the NSCA since 1993.
Yeah.
One of the OGs, I guess, right?
Yeah. Well, I've been here since '98.
Damn.
And so
you're old.
So yeah, look, man, that's what we do.
That's it.
Yeah, that's what we do.
What happened? We were the young guys here not too long ago.
Yeah, I was talking to one guy. I think we met here in 2002 at the national conference. I was here, or 2002 or 2003, and I didn't even recognize him. He was here all day, but you know what I mean. It's one of those deals where I haven't seen him in 20 years.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking, I'm going, who is that? but Rocky, talk to us a little bit about how you feel the conference has evolved and what it means to the profession to have these kind of things.
Okay, well, the conference, in my mind, over the years has evolved by becoming more inclusive. I know it's an overused term these days, but it's really true. We've got certified strength coaches, but we also have sport coaches, personal trainers. We've got special populations. We've got sports scientists. Not only are there certifications for most of what I just said, but they're all meeting here, sharing ideas, and integrating and overlapping. And it's fantastic. In our years in the 90s, coming to the conferences, it was good, but it was primarily football coaches, 101 ways to do the bench press. Yeah. You're doing the squat wrong. We still hear that now, but it was always that.
I call it weightlifting.
There you go.
And back in the day, I played football, man, and I was an original meathead. I was in the weight room.
Heck yeah.
As long as I
like
could
lifting
be.
heavy stuff and counting to 10.
Yeah,
I'm good at that.
As much as I could do. But as soon as I started working with my daughter, I realized, hey, you got to find a different way.
Right.
It's different. And not, but and we could talk about this all day, but load can be established multiple ways. It doesn't just mean stacking weight on the end.
Exactly.
So,
and the fact that the NSCA has become more malleable, more accepting, more willing to get outside of the early years of the, I won't say rigid confines, but just exclusive weightlifting, and looking at other opportunities of moving and what it means to the athletes and clients. It's great.
right, and don't get it too messed up. I still love going in and just lifting weights.
Oh, there's nothing like it.
Some days that's what I do, but I have to watch now. I have to watch my knees, my back, all those things that go bad on you. But the other part of that question is to this profession that we call now kind of performance. That includes everybody that touches the athlete. What does this conference mean to that?
The presenters themselves are mental performance coaches, sports scientists, dietitians. We've got some of the professional sports strength coaches that are presenting. Justin Lovett with the LA Rams.
Yep.
We've got college basketball coaches looking at the research coming out. I mean, the information that you can glean from just one day at this conference is so much more also in person. Whether it's virtual or in person, I prefer in person because you just have more opportunity of networking.
Yeah, in person you can for better or worse, you can leave an image on somebody. You can be remembered.
Yeah.
In person, it's hard to do that virtually because if I'm listening to the conference virtually, I might get up and walk in the kitchen and make a sandwich.
Yep.
I'm just being honest about it.
No. If there's a screen on, I'm going to have another browser window open. And I'll be listening, but I'm not really listening. I'm not paying attention because I'm looking at Instagram or something else.
Right. And
I don't get distracted here.
Yeah, you talk about, we know you have a podcast as well.
Oh, thank you.
And so we want to go ahead and touch that a little bit.
Yeah, the Zealous podcast, Zelos or Zelos. Zealous podcast is all about the pros behind the pros in sports. So a lot of the strength coaches, colleagues of mine here from the NFL, Major League Baseball, NHL, NBA, even MLS and beyond, they're my guests every week, every Monday, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific, and everyone's a new fresh face, so we have a good time.
Yeah, well, as you know, we are Performance Talk, and we do something similar.
Yeah.
It's not exactly the same, but like I've always said to people in this field, we're always better together than we are apart. So keep up the good work, man.
Thanks, Ewell.
Appreciate you stopping by.
Well, thanks for having me on.
All right.
Make a good one.
Well, that was Rocky Snyder, ladies and gentlemen. He's a personal trainer of the year this year for the NSCA. That was a good talk. He has some, I just met him the other day, and we've been connected online for a little bit. And I didn't really know what he did, but I kind of get a feel now for what he does and how he came through and how he prepared himself for work in the field. Not necessarily coming from the field, I can respect that a great deal because just being in the field is hard enough to get all the things. I'm if you know me and you know this podcast, we believe in education. We believe in professionals being educated. The last few visits I've had to these conferences, I'm learning that there are a lot of self-educated professionals, and when I say that, I mean there are people who did not start in this field, but they join this field and they don't have a bachelor's degree in exercise science per se, but they have gone and educated themselves in exercise science, and The only reason I bring that up is they didn't do it online. It's from legitimate accredited places that either can educate you in exercise physiology, kinesiology, anatomy and physiology, performance biomechanics, movement, and they've earned those certificates to say that they've gone through those courses. And I'm not trying to sell anything here, but there's some good courses out there and there's some not so good courses out there. I think if you tend to go with the NSCA or one of the other certifying bodies courses, you will be safe in getting the educational background you need in those things. But if you want anatomy, physiology, kinesiology, biomechanics, those kind of things, it's back to college you go. And in many cases, you're going back to college to bring yourself up to speed so you can get that certification. So again, that's Performance Talk, and we're here at the NSCA National Conference with professionals, meeting other professionals and exchanging ideas. So stick around. Hopefully we have somebody else stop by really soon, and we'll keep it moving. If you're live, bear with me.